Hello and welcome to MAB Notary Services channel. Before I give you today's thought for today, we're going to have a real talk. Have you had those days where you wake up and there's an old expression, got up on the wrong side of the bed? Well, today has been one of those days for me. It started off slow, and as I've said to you on many of my videos, that start your day off positive. So hopefully that will extend out throughout your day. But today I'm having personal issues. I woke up this morning not feeling the greatest. I always try to put myself in a positive mindset, and that's what I want to express to you all. But let's be real about it. Not every day you're going to feel good and motivated, no matter how hard you push, but you still have to press toward the mark toward the high calling. But today is one of those days, so it doesn't stop there. So I have this daily routine where, before I go out in the field, if I have any appointments, I make a few phone calls to set up appointments. So, I made that first phone call. And the person on the other end, I think, was in a worse condition than I was, because the chemistry wasn't there. So you don't get hooked. When you call, you're like most likely all the calls are not gonna be present. And so the person on the other end, it was very difficult from the start, and I tried to control the situation, not let it escalate out of hand, but this person was just not having it. So I say that to say that sometimes you're going to run into a very difficult person, and no matter how hard you try to how would you say, de-escalate it, nothing works. So I felt bad about that, and maybe the negative energy I woke up with to start the day kind of, maybe it was somehow affecting the person on the other end of that phone call. But you're going to have days where, you're not going to be feeling up to it. You're not going to feel very motivated. But you got to realize, we're human. But that's when you have to be your best cheerleader. You have to, when you see yourself kind of getting, how would you say, pulled into negativity, it's like a bad current. You're out there in the ocean, and then you go out too far, and then that current tries to pull you out there into the deep. You gotta fight hard to get back to the shore, so I just wanted to have this real talk with you today. I always try to be how would you say, I try to be positive and be a motivator, but we are going to have some bad days. Let's keep it real. And today was just one of those days. And then my first phone call, the person on the other end was having a bad day just like I was. And so that wasn't a good mix, But all in all, we managed to get through the phone call, and I was able to set an appointment, and I think that when we finally meet up, we're kind of, if we get to the point where we talk about what happened during the first encounter, we can smooth things over. If not, we'll just let, the transaction go smoothly, So I just wanted to share that with you. And it kind of correlates with the thought for today. And that is finding joy in the present moment. That's real talk. Finding joy in the present moment. Think about that for a little while. Waiting for a perfect future to find happiness? What if joy is right here, right now? Happiness is not a destination. It's found in the present moment. Practice mindfulness and find joy in the little things. Whether it's a beautiful sunset, a conversation with a loved one, or a quiet moment of reflection. Embrace the present and you'll discover happiness all around you. Now, we're going to run into moments where we're not feeling the greatest, And sometimes all it takes is just a simple brushing of the teeth, brushing the hair, taking that shower to get us past that. But sometimes even after going through that routine, we may still find ourselves on the side of not feeling motivated, feeling that maybe what we're attempting to do, especially when you're an entrepreneur and you started a business and you're trying to grow the business, you got to put a lot of labor into it. You got to sow the good seeds in order to get a harvest. And a lot of times we have these high expectations and we want to see things happen right now or sooner than later. But it doesn't always work out that way. But we have to be mindful of that. We just have to continue to persist. And don't think so much about where we want to be, but where we are in the present moment. And make the best of that moment. And if you work at making each moment that you have, making it the best, you'll get to the other side before you even know it. And you have the opportunity to sit there and reflect back on, oh, wow. It was a tough ride, but it was well worth it. So, embrace the present. And you'll discover happiness around you. And always remember that the state or condition you're in, it has a way of traveling to others. So when you're positive, that transcends or transmit positive energy and vibes. And you would like to get a mirror of that than to get a mirror of the negativity. And so it could have been the way on that phone call, thinking back, it could have been when I made that call to that first client that maybe consciously I thought I was being professional, courteous, and, perhaps maybe I wasn't that professional, And so, oh, I could have been okay, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean that I was wrong, but somehow that call did not start off right, but it eventually ended right. And I had to constantly talk to myself, and that's what you would have to do. That as I was going through the phone call, there are moments where you may hear something, a response that you don't like, but you got to remember that you can't get hooked. You have to take control of your actions in a situation like that, and to de-escalate it, you know, because if you exchange something negative that you're getting to the person that you're getting it from, then you're going to keep that cycle going, and you want to break the cycle. So you be the bigger person, you know. And I had a video about intentions, so be intentional about it, you know, and choose to be happy. It's a choice. No matter what the situation or circumstance is, your happiness starts with you, and it rests with you. Not what's around you, it's you. You have to keep that peace in the storm. And again, I'll say, when you're an entrepreneur, whether you're new or old, it never gets easier. It gets better, but, you know, your goals, you know, you're going to always be reaching to do, you're going to compete against yourself, you know. Just let's say, when you look back and you say, okay, last year I was able to do this, or I was blessed to do this, but this year I got to do better. I got to do what I did last year plus some, and then that just, it doesn't drop out the sky, but it gets a little bit easier once you get to the networking. Because when you go out and you do a great job, that spreads to others. You know, you'll have the people that you've encountered and you've had business with before speak well of you, and you get referrals from that, or repeat business, and that's what you're aiming for. So you won't have to work so hard trying to get new business all the time. What you're trying to do, build up a client base where, you know, they're kind of like doing a lot of the marketing for you, where you have time to breathe and think of other ways that you can create revenue streams. And that's the key. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. And I'm going to get into that. Not only do I do general notary work and work as a loan or notary signing agent, I use that interchangeably because they're referred to as both. I do field inspections, and I'm going to have some episodes covering what a field inspector is, you know, and so I do field inspections. I do mystery shopping. I'm a mystery shopper. And I do some other things, you know. I enjoy doing those things. Because if you saw some of my earlier videos, I like meeting people. I really do. Getting to listen to, you know, their journey or journeys. I mean, you know. And sometimes you go out and people, they love that to share their stories, you know. But only if time permits it, or you know, you want to get in and out when you have, you know, because you don't want to, you know, take them away from other things that they may need to do. But you can weigh that. You'll know when it's the appropriate time where you can spend a little bit more time than necessary with some of your clients. But today was one of those days, and you're going to have those days. I'm sure you've already had those days. But don't get hooked. still try to remain calm and positive in a volatile situation or tumultuous situation. Ooh, wow. And smile. Smile when you speak. Light up the room. Show that you enjoy being there, helping them and, get through what you're there to do for them, And you reach your goals, but enjoy the moment. Don't think about tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come. Stay in the day that you're in and make the most out of that day. Take time, Sometimes we rush through everything. We don't even, when we eat our food, we don't really masticate it, chew it. We just kind of just gulp it down. Our drinks, we just gulp it down. So, and that's why shortly after, we're hungry again or thirsty again. Because we didn't let the palate, get to taste the food or enjoy the drink. And then we're in a rush when we're around our family and friends or other people that we encounter. So we don't really listen to them. And sometimes we're there and we're not really listening because we're thinking about somewhere else we gotta be. So sometimes when I plan my day, I don't put too many appointments on the day in case I may have those times where I need to spend a little extra time with some of the clients I meet. Do your research. Google is a good avenue to just go on and just see what's trending, to do that. Of course, watch the videos I put out there. Please like, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. I haven't said that enough lately in most recent videos, but in earlier videos I always made mention that you're not compelled to like, share, or comment, but in the comments, that's the only form of communication that we have. So I would like to know your thoughts. So take the time, just a one-liner. You don't have to, spend too much time on it. Comment on what you've witnessed in the video that you're watching, or if you want to like to see something in addition to what you've already seen, maybe on something that I haven't yet covered, drop a comment below. Read the descriptions and their transcripts of all these videos down in this description section of the video. Check those out. You can always repeat the videos too. So I'm not gonna I felt the need to spend this time with you all, and I hope you found this to be helpful, useful in some way.
Mark Google account or Mag Notary Services.